In the past, I've talked about Pokemon. I talked about the time Burger King did marketing for the first Pokemon film. Today, however, we look back at the time when Pokeballs released with their Burger King kids meals, and that were supposed to be released for 8 weeks from early November through December 1999. However, they would end up being recalled after incidents involving young children suffocating on them. At the time, in the 90s, Pokemon was huge, so bringing to life Pokeballs.
The Burger King Big Kids Meal. It has more of the great tasting food your kids love. Not to mention a little something else your kids may enjoy.
Pokemon.
Now inside every Burger King Big Kids Meal you buy, your kids not only get more of the great tasting food they love, they get Pokemon toys and limited edition trading cards from Pokemon the first movie. Pokemon in the Burger King Big Kids Meal. Come and catch them all.
Bringing it to life was a genius marketing idea for the first film in that series. On December 11, 1999, a 13-month-old girl in Sonora, California had suffocated on the Pokeball and later was found passed on in her playpen with it covering her mouth and nose. After which, the Tacoma County Sheriff Department issued a warning. 2 days later, the Consumer Product Safety Commission asked Burger King to recall them. They didn't. Their reasoning was not wanting to scare consumers and would only end the promotion if there was a choking hazard, but didn't want to if there was not an issue. On December 23rd, another death occurred when an 18-month-old girl suffocated from it when her father had pried half of it from her face. Her lips had turned blue. After which, people were becoming frustrated.
Since November, Burger King had been giving them out with kids' meals, but that came to a sudden stop when it was discovered the balls could suffocate young children. In California, a 13-month-old girl suffocated when the ball covered her nose and mouth.
Shoulders.
When the Wilcoxes got word of potential danger of the Pokeballs, they told their kids.
Once you put them up to your mouth and you suck on them, it kind of sticks to your mouth, and then you can't get any air, and then you pass away.
When we found out about the first death, there was the realization that this could be huge national concern. Brown, who resigned from the CPS in 2001, told Munchies this was a worst-case scenario. A major fast food chain was the toy store distributing these toys by the millions. During the time, the promotion, it was a huge success, with parents and children upset when restaurants were out of the toy. A voluntary recall by Burger King, in conjunction with CPSC, began on Monday, December 28th. When the recall did occur, consumers were urged to take Pokeballs from children to either return or discard both halves. During the recall, notices were posted inside more than 8,100 Burger King restaurants throughout the country, and an ad was placed in USA Today.
Burger King and the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission want you to know about the voluntary recall of this Pokemon Pokeball. The ball may pose a suffocation hazard to children under 3. Throw the ball away or return it to Burger King. The safety of your child is of the utmost importance to us.
Notices were sent to 56 pediatricians' offices and 10,000 emergency rooms, and even 2 websites frequented by Pokemon fans. Then on Tuesday, January 25th, 2000, almost a month after the recall began, 4-month-old Zachary Jones was found dead in his crib in Indianapolis, Indiana. He too had been suffocated by a Pokeball. It's hard to believe that you go get the kids something to eat, and you bring home a lethal toy. Michael Jones, the boy's grandfather, told the Chicago Tribune his death was the last one attributed to Burger King's Pokemon containers. The families of Kyra, Alexis Murphy, and Zachary Jones later settled with Burger King and toy maker Equity Marketing for undisclosed sums. Burger King did not respond to multiple requests for comment by phone and email for the story. And this whole story kind of makes me think, yes, after this time frame, I remember after the Pokeballs, I think I might have gotten one growing up, but it made me think, yeah, the toys kind of changed. They weren't, round anymore. You could get ones that were more like, say, Simpsons toys or other things of that nature. They would be different. So, yeah. Honestly, this whole story is rather sad. The idea of trying to create something fun for children, but in a way would cause a bit of sad stories, I suppose. I'll see you next time.